combos that survived.
Yeah,
Also,
what? Yeah.
I want to comment a bit about the pick in here because both teams were left with Warlock Druid, and we brought in the Warlock because Zwaxor, who came in here, plays Zoo quite a lot. So he plays a Zoo list, and he was pretty confident going in against Fast Druid. That and our Druid player, Meta, was commenting that Fast Druid is pretty weak against Zoo.
Yeah, Zoo was surprising. We were expecting Handlock being picked.
That was the other thing we're relying on because no one plays Zoo at the moment. Uh,
It was a good pick.
it was a question of whether or not to run Mech Mage. We ended up running Zoo simply because one's Waxor was far more experienced with it, and before anyone's like, Zoo's really easy to play. It's easy to learn, but playing Zoo perfectly is next to impossible. That
Six
bit is
always
true.
always says that Zoo is a tough deck to play perfectly.
It's a bit like Shaman, because the positioning matters. I think positioning is possibly the hardest thing to do properly in Hearthstone, personally. But yeah, this is one of these super fast openings, and the Knife Juggler. And this swipe does nothing. That's the other thing.
Yeah, Swipe is a really ineffective card against Zoo sometimes because a lot of their minions have over 1 health. It's not like Hunter, where Hunter do have a lot of 1 health things running around. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. And drawing the Doomguard there is pretty good. I mean, you get
Yeah.
Owl, you get the you get the empty your hand now,
Yeah, this
and
is
it's an effect.
the
It's
empty hand.
effective.
Play Doomguard next turn.
It's a very effective way to empty your hand as well, and that is. Well, I can't remember what you use. Do you use the
I think
dials?
we use the Undertaker, if I recall correctly. Because there's no other death rattles in hand, and anything we draw is irrelevant. And the Undertaker will go back to two attack when the Direwolf's gone. So
Exactly,
in
and
future turns, it's actually worth less damage overall.
it's the new Undertaker as well, so it's not got as much value as the pre-nerf Undertaker.
I think
You
if
would
it had
probably
been the old one, the Direwolf was probably the correct one to trade there. But yeah, with the new one, it only ever has 2 life. So you want to try and maintain your slightly better, not even threats, just Direwolf is very good at making your other tiny guys very, very powerful.
so the swipe has to come. This is a good swipe board.
It's pretty
One,
decent, yeah.
it's probably the best we could have got from swipe. And you draw a low fab. That's a good top deck.
Yeah, it's always annoying to draw Lotheb when you're planning on playing Doomguard, but Lotheb is the clear play there. Lotheb is very powerful. A lot of people have been dropping it recently because the game's become a lot more minion based. But something that a lot of people forget is when you play Lotheb, you don't really see what it does. It does completely wreck most people's hands. And the other thing about it is, even when they don't have any spells, like in this case, it's a 5/5. That's
It's
above
a bulky
average.
minion.
It's,
Not only
yeah,
that, I think that was probably the best draw you could have had, other than a 1 drop you don't mind throwing away or a 2 drop. If you drawn something like a Harvest Golem or I don't know, say a Dark Iron Dwarf, it would have been annoying to play that Doomguard that turn.
kind of.
But now,
Although,
but
another
now
way
you
of.
set.
That's more psychological. Like, a lot of way of looking at it is, apart from the Doom Guards and, like, I guess, Knife Juggler and Flame Imp, most stuff
Oh,
in Zoo is built to have redundancy. Um,
I'm surprised you didn't go face there with the Doomguard.
we were thinking about it, and the reason we didn't, because we were just thinking, is like, how do you get out of this situation?
I mean, if you hadn't, you could have played Savage Roar and you could have cleared the low fab.
We were thinking, like, how do you get out of the situation? And if you trade, there really isn't a way out. Whereas if you don't trade, you basically just win. Uh,
Oh, hello.